Good morning, all of you. This side and from Human Capital. So today we're going to start this session, and as per the cult, we are going to discuss the economic calendar for today. In that calendar, we are going to discuss what are the data which have been already released and how they have affected the market. And then we're going to discuss that what are the upcoming datas and what kind of trading opportunities we can identify. And then we move on to the important news related to specific scripts which our research team have identified are of utmost important. Then we discuss the technical charts and then we'll close the session. So let's start today's date. So in the early morning, we have the Fed balance sheet data. Then for the Australia, we have the building capital expenditure data. Yes, this data is quite important and have impacted the market. Then for the Bank of Japan today, we have lot of speeches also and lot of other important developments also, which we have covered in very great detail, which will give you the idea that what you need to do if you're trading into any JPY pair, specifically USD JPY. Then moving on to the next section, that is the datas which are still pending to be released. So at 2 p.m. we have the most important speech for the day, especially for the Eurozone. That is the ECB president speech. Then we have the M3 money supply. We have discussed that this is very much important data, and we give too much emphasis on the money supply data, that is M1, M2, and M3. This data will tell you the supply of money. So if you want to know that how much quantitative easing have been done or quantitative tightening is into the picture, so this is the data which will give us the exact information related to this. And if this data is increasing, it will have a negative impact on the strength of a currency. Then because we have included the South Africa also. So for South Africa, we have the PPI data because lot of mining companies are situated or located into the South Africa, especially into the gold mining. So we have to see this data because this data will tell us that how a country which is heavily dependent on the exports of mineral is performing. Then we have the economic sentimental data. So might be possible that at this speech, whatever price behavior you see into the prices, that will act as a trap and the real movement will come after this data release. So it's a sentimental data. uh, the previous figure is 99.4, so 100 is good, and still 99.4 is also good. So if uh, data come according to the expectation and the consensus is also for the same thing, so it will show a very good picture for the Eurozone. Same goes with the consumer confidence final data figure. So all this data are important. Then we at the same time we have a release of the consumer inflation expectation data. So inflation data is very important. If the inflation is rising, then there is high probability that European Central Bank are going to cut the interest rate in the near future, and as a result, euro pairs are going to get weaker, right? If this happens. Moving ahead towards the US session. So in the US session, just before the US sessions for the Turkey, we have the foreign exchange reserve data. So if you have this data for any of the country, you need to see because central banks are the biggest buyers of gold and silver, and you need to see, and including the major currency pairs, right? Because they maintain their reserve into that specific currency. So if reserves are increasing, so we need to research on it that in which specific currency or in which specific asset they are increasing their reserve, which will give us lot of insights related to the market. If they are buying gold, so high probability whatever is the current trend is going to go up, right? And their analysis is quite very in depth because they understand the geopolitics very well. They are well aware of the upcoming events which we as a retail trader don't have any idea. So like if tensions are rising, so they tend to invest more into the safer haven assets like gold. So this will give us that data. Then for the Canadian currency pairs, right? So for the Canada, we have the current account and the average weekly earnings. So if the average weekly earnings are increasing, that means there is a lot of economic activities are going on, and it is a sign of increasing disposable income. That means the purchasing power of the Canadian people are increasing, and as a result, their indices, especially the stock market and the currency, is going to perform very good. Now, in the last, we have the most important data for today, and that is the labor market data, which is the initial jobless claim, continuing jobless claim. And we have seen in the Trump speech that everything is very good into the US, right? After the tariff also, and in the future also, when Trump is going to continue with their tariff policy, US is going to perform very good. And if this is the case, this data will tell us. If there is lot of initial jobless claims, that means there is no job creation in the economy, and it is a very negative sign for the US dollar. And as a result, gold is going to spike up and dollar is going to go down or get weaker. Then we have speeches from the FOMC member Bowman. Then in the last, we have the EI natural gas stock exchange. So we need to see this data also, right? Because continuously we are emphasizing that you should keep natural gas into your watch list. So this is the data. And in the in the last, especially in the late night, we have the 4 week bill auction. Then we have the 2 year bond auction, 8 week bill auctions, right? So these are the short term bills. So we need to see the interest rates, whether it is increasing. So it is directly connected with the bond yields, and if the bond yields are increasing, so that will have an impact on the gold. Same is the case with the Canadian dollar. So they have the 2 year bond auction, below 5 year. If you have any bill or bond auctions, you need to watch this, right? And we are continuously seeing that uh, in a late night, right? Especially in the mid of the US session, we are seeing a lot of volatile movement when majority of people are sleeping, right? And this is the data which is being impacted the market. Then we have the 7 year note auctions also. That's all for the economic events. Now, I have made a small report in which we have covered the news which are very much important. In that news, we try to connect that news with the technical things and discuss everything on the chart, that what kind of technical things we are identifying, but we are not going to waste too much time into it. You'll find this PDF file into my description, right? So go through the description and download the file. But yes, I'll give you just a quick sneak peek into that report, that what we have given and how we have presented this data. Just bear with me for and from now onwards, on a daily basis, you'll get this kind of report. Okay. Just a minute. So this is the report which I've been discussing, right? Let me make it more bigger. Okay. So like in for the GBP we have a early morning news, right? And because of the Trump tariffs, so we have analyzed both the sides, that what the US side is telling us and what the Britain side is telling us. And by examining all the important information which we have identified, what should we do? What kind of trading opportunities we can identify into this pair, right? So I just go through the hidden catch. So, which is the when political uncertainty rises, capital usually seeks safety. That means safer haven demands is going to increase. And the good thing is that although the US dollars is also a safe haven asset, but currently people are not creating positions into dollars. They are reducing their dollar dominance, right? And dollar exposure, and converting into other asset classes, right? Especially the gold. And that is the reason we have seen a rally into the gold, right? Then if I talk about the UK side, so what are the datas, right, which are still pending to be released, and what data which have already released are telling us, and what kind of data are still pending to be released, which you have to keep in mind. And if this data figures came like this, then this is telling us this. So over here we have given a simple interpretation. This is a kind of reference report which you can use uh, in the next week also, right? So go through it. You'll know that what labor market data is telling us, right? What rate cut expectations, right? If it is rising, that what we need to do as a trader, right? If there is rate cut, then GBP is not going to perform very good. But on the other hand, dollar is getting more weaker as compared to the pounds, and that is the reason we have seen GBP USD showing strength. That means it is showing a bullish tone. Here we have given all the important technical levels, right? Key resistance and key support levels. What kind of trend structure or market structure we have identified, right? So over here, short term is bullish momentum, which we have already discussed. Then for the medium term, still corrective rally inside broader macro uncertainty is given, right? Here we have given the trading scenario that for the bullish scenario, what kind of confirmation, what kind of news analysis we required. So we have given this thing, right? If this thing happens, then a break above 1.360, which is a psychological mark, will push the prices more. So you'll gain almost 80 pips of movement, right? So this is for the bullish scenario. Now come on to the alternative scenario, that is the bearish scenario. This is only going to happen if there is rate cut expectations or any kind of hints we are getting from the Bank of England speeches, right? So if this thing happens, second thing, if inflation is rising, then this is going to happen, and then this will be the strategy. Sell rejection near 1.3600. If momentum fades, watch UK data releases closely. So in the same manner, we have given everything, right? So this is for the GBP USD pair, right? Now for the Japan, which we have discussed, that we have lot of news, lot of speeches, right? So we have taken the speeches, right? Done the scrutiny of that speech, and what are the hidden things which we can identify into that speech. So we are giving you the juice of that specific sayings, right, from the finance minister, right? So what they are telling us, and what should we do as a trader, right? So over here we have analyzed the whole speech, so I'm not wasting time, right? Everything is given, right? Here Takata repeated hike depends on economic conditions, inflation trajectory. So Japan is facing lot of turbulence right now, and everything is showing that Japanese currencies are not getting that stronger, right? Still, they are facing lot of turbulence. So, what you need to do, so for that, because we have two speeches and we have analyzed the whole two speeches over here, right? For that, we have given this thing. Now, for the medium term and short term, we have given you that what kind of movement we can expect into the market, right? And for Japanese bond, lot of our clients are into the bond market also. So for them also, we have given the bond analysis. Now, here is the important part, that is the USD JPY framework. So if US yield is rising, the 4 week bill auctions, the 8 week bill auctions, if that is rising, so USD JPY will go up, right? If Bank of Japan gradually hikes their interest rates, which they are continuously giving too much pressure, right? Lot of time they have repeated the same thing, that yes, they are going to increase the interest rates. If this thing happens, then USD JPY will go down slowly, right? So it's a risk of sentiment right now. So JPY might get a strength, right? If there is a risk of sentiment that everything is very good, there is no risk, right? Risk of means you can invest into the assets which will give you higher returns, like stocks market and all, right? Then the policy divergence volatility, right? So if this happens, then policy divergence means that they are saying that they will cut the interest rate, but they are holding the interest rate. So it's a kind of divergence, right? What they are saying. For that, what we need to see, we need to see the US 10-year yield, right? And the Bank of Japan meeting tone. And for that, we are here to help you. We'll give you everything. Then the wage data in Japan, same like average hourly income, X bonuses, everything. So this data will give us a lot of idea, and we can catch a very good movement into it, right? What are the trading scenarios we can expect in the upcoming future, and especially today? So for this, we have seen that if you are thinking of taking a buy call, that means you are bullish for the Japanese yen. So we need inflation remain stable, wages continue rising, and Bank of Japan hikes slowly. So if this thing happens, then this is the thing which you have to do, right? Same is the case for the alternative scenario, that is the volatility spike scenario. If this thing happens, so this is the thing which you need to do. Now move on to the next section of the report. So I'm discounting everything. We have given the levels also. You go through that levels also. Same kind of information we have given for the odd USD also, right? Because it hit the 3-year high, right? What Reserve Bank of Australia is telling us, right? Why they are showing a hawkishness tone, right? And if they do the same thing, what they are conveying, so how the odd USD pair is going to perform? We have already discussed the dollar, that how the dollar is performing. After the odd USD, we have taken DXY into consideration and analyze the DXY, that what DXY is telling us. So same kind of thing we have given, right? So yes, for your knowledge sake, if you want clarity, you can go through this report, or you can go through these questions. In each and every report, we have given these questions, right? So what currency heat map is showing? Currency heat map shows you that which currency is getting stronger versus which other currencies, right? So how the Australia is performing? Australia is right now is one of the strongest performer right now. So odd pairs are very getting stronger, right? And they are most aggressive against the JPY pair, because we have discussed that JPY pairs are facing a lot of economic turbulence. So odd JPY pair would be a very good pick for today intraday trading, right? And for a longer period also, right? Why Aussie is strong? So over here we have given the reasons. So first reason, the hawkish tone from the Reserve Bank, right? Inflation surprise supports tightening. So the details and the data which are supporting this thing are given over here. Same in simple layman language, we have given the hidden catch of that news, right? RBA governor's tone. So in their speech, what they have told us, right? So like they have said, economy is quite a good position. We have to be patient, right? So this is certainly hawkish. That means they might increase the interest rates and inflation may rise, right? So they and if inflation is rising, so they either they are going to cut the interest rate, and if the interest rates are already at a higher time, so instead of cutting, they will maintain the same interest rate, which is a hawkish or a bullish sign for the pair. Why USD is weak? So we have given US dollar index is near 97.50. What are the pressure factors which are putting lot of pressure to the dollars? Because we have seen dollar is getting weaker, right? Although the Trump is saying a lot of positive things related to the dollars, but the facts and figures and the other datas are not aligning with this. So we need to see this also. Over here we have given the technical outlook, then the trading scenario, same bullish and pullback scenario. So over here we have given the strategy with the levels, right? So the pullback scenario, wait for the prices to take a pullback, then create your positions, right? For bullish continuations, wait for the resistance to break. The once it is breaking and this will be your resistance area, then take your call or your positions. Over here we have given the dollar index in a more greater detail, right? And this is for a very longer period of time. That is the reason you can take this report as a reference for your future, right? Now in the last part, we have the WTI, right? Important news is, right? Because we have the US Iran talks in Geneva, right? What will be the outcome of that report? Because already the market are trading at a premium, right? Risk premium. So all these factors are given, right? Now, what is more important for us? This is the levels and then the charts, right? So in the last part, like for the gold in the H1, so this is the today's chart on the H1. We have given our analysis, right? That what I see means what my team is seeing, right? What they are identifying and what are their expectation from the current market symmetry. So, and how the macro figures or the datas are also supporting their biasness. And in this case, what will be the bullish scenario and what will be the alternative scenario? What should be the level from if we are using indicators, how to take second confirmations from the indicators. So we have given everything over here, right? Same for the silver we have given, right? Then same for the US oil also we have given, right? Fundamental, technical, everything you'll find over here. Important rejections level, supports, everything, right? Same for the GBP USD, right? And that is the report. From tomorrow onwards, we try to add all the market segments. That means indices will include, crypto will include, and we'll take the news, connect that news with the current market symmetry, and give you the thesis of the market. So you can take your trading decisions without any hustle. So this is the thing which I want to discuss. Now let's move on to the technical part. So quickly we'll discuss that what I'm identifying on the chart, right? Although we have already given for the gold, silver and everything, but let's have a look on the technical charts also. So just bear with me for a minute. Let me open my chart. Now, I hope my chart is visible. So this is the gold on a H1 time frame, and it is moving sideways right now, right? Yesterday also, right? We have seen that I tried to catch the moment, right? I've given the sell call, but first it hit my SL and then went down, right? That means it is just sweeping the liquidity. So the market is in a range. So the right approach to trade into gold today is not to expect a breakout into the prices. Instead, try to identify the structure like channel or something and buy from the support, sell from the resistance would be the good. So let me mark any support or resistance area. So right, this will be the resistance area over here, right? Which I've drawn at 52.08 level. And for the support, this is a level, right? 51.5. So wait for the prices to take the liquidity, right? That is the sweep, the liquidity above the high of this. And if they are getting again weaker, then take a sell call. Prices went down, right? And every day, it's really amazing that for a start from the start of this week, market is moving in a sideways. And every time after the 14th candle, right, you'll see a unidirectional move. So it would be much better that you wait for the US session to start, let the 14th candle close, and then take the trades, right? So, what is my observation? Let me share my observation, right? So, this is the 14th candle, right, over here, right? All of a sudden prices have taken the low and sudden strong move towards the upside, and then prices move upwards, right? Over here again, this is the 14th candle. Now price again given a unidirectional move, right? This is the 14th candle, and again prices have given a very good move for the upside, right? And still they are trading in the previous day 14th, right? And 14th is that candle when we have the London fix, right? So for each and every session we have a fix. Fix means there is a 5 minute of window in which they set the price. So till the next fix, whatever trades, right, whether it's an ETF or any kind of paper derivatives, they are going to settle into this. Lot of bullion banks, central banks have their reserves. So to do the valuation, they take this fixed price, right? The session fixed price for calculating their valuation of their reserves, right? So this will act as an important price reference point, right? So this is the 14. So it's better you should wait till the 14th candle. And same is the case with silver. For silver, the 12th candle is the important fix of the day, right? So till tomorrow, 12th candle, today at 12 o'clock, whatever price is fixed, all the trades till tomorrow's 12 o'clock, all trades are going to settle according to today's London fix, right? And this happens in the one of the biggest uh, exchange where physical deliveries of gold and silver happens, and that is the London Bullion Market Association. So I'm not discussing silver. Let's have a look on the chart, right? Same like it is also moving on into the sideways. The orange zone which I've marked over here, right, is acting or will act as a strong support area, right? So I need to change my biasness towards the sell side. I need to need prices to clear this zone first, right? Then again retest it, then get weakness from this area, and then I think of taking a sell call. I'm not going to hop on into this price movement right now, right? It is very dangerous because my SL would be quite high, right? If I try to put my SL, so majority of people will, and this is the psychology, right? Whatever is the last swing, lot of people, majority of traders put their stop losses over here. High probability that after sweeping the liquidity below the low, prices again continue to go up and hunt these stop losses. And if this is the thing which is going to happen in the upcoming time today, I'm going to support the market in hunt to hunt these stop losses, right? So this is for the silver, right? Because over here it's a very strong consolidation area, right? Prices might go down, take a correction, right? Take the liquidity below the low of this area, right? This might be into the pages, right? This might happens, but no, I'm not interested in taking a sell call. I wait for the prices to reach this level. I have my patience. I wait once the price reaches this level, then I watch the price behavior, how the price is behaving at that level. If it is showing me sign of continuation, then I take sell call. Otherwise, I take a opposite call toward the buy side. Now, for the US oil, so after making the top over here into the H4 chart, I have used the H4 charts. If you see this cluster of candles, it's quite choppy, right? Every time whenever price try to go up, all of a sudden we have seen rejection, and we have seen that market already trading at a premium, right? And if US Iran talks get success, so high probability that there will be a sharp fall into the prices of US oil. And this is the same thing which is being conveyed to me by the price bars also, right? This rejections, right? So no clear direction right now into the H4 time frame, and I stick with the H4 time frame because right now market is quite choppy. Or otherwise, I don't trade into the US oil. For the GBP USD, yes, prices went up, and right now they are in a way strong free fall towards the downside. But yes, that downside might be limited. This is the H1 time frame, and this is the impulsive move which we have identified. Let's connect the dots and try to identify that what kind of trend line is being supported by the market. So this is the trend line. So yes, there is room for the prices to go down, but I'm not interested in into catching that much point. I wait for the prices to test this level. So this would be the area from where I need to take my trading decisions, right? Not right now. So I'll keep my patience, right? I'll wait. I give chance to the market that yes, let your data get released, and let's see how the market behave. And once that behave, that reaction is over, then we take or plant our trades. Now in the last part, let's have a look on the US 30, right? So this is the US 30. We've been expecting that prices might go up, test this area, right? This zone which we have identified, this two dotted red line, which we have identified yesterday, that will act as a strong resistance. Prices went right, penetrate this area, fail to give me close above the this zone, right? And then getting a rejection towards the downside, right? So it have made a high, it have made a low, but still a higher high formation is still pending. So I wait for the prices to make a high and a lower high. And once that lower high is done, right, for that I take confirmation from the fractal. That means one candle, then after that two candles. That means 3 hours of patience I require to have a higher lower high formations. When it is done, then I take my sell call toward the downside, right? So I'm taking the rejection. That means I'm taking a reversal strategy into the US 30. Now in the last section, that is the BTC USD, right? So we've been uh, waiting that yes, prices might break this area. So today, although the market is in indecision, right? And right now it have started, and we haven't seen any kind of very good moves into the Asian session. So but yes, the trend line have been broken. Now I want a retest of this trend line. When the retest is done, then I think of taking a buy call, right? And if again prices came back below this trend line and give me the close, then there will be a continuation, and there will be more fall into the BTC there, right? So I'll take a sell call. So that's all for my side. So I hope you enjoyed today's sessions, and we have done one more value addition that we are giving you that PDF report on a daily basis, which you can find on my YouTube channel into the description on a daily basis. And from tomorrow onwards, we'll have a proper structure to discuss all the news and everything. So you don't have to scroll different websites. You can focus on into your charts. And for the reference, you have our black report of the market, which covers everything. And apart from this, you have access to BMN Insights official Telegram channel where we share each and every important news along with the interpretation and the call to action. That means the steps, what how to practically apply that information into your trading. So that's all for my side. This is Anurag. Thank you for attending today's sessions. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time with lot of different and other information and knowledge do the value addition into your trading side. Till the time, have a great trading day ahead. Bye bye. Thank you. I request all of you to kindly leave the Zoom meet room. Thank you, guys.